Okay, let me explain to you guys why replaceable batteries are so important in an electric car. Because there's a lot of debate, not debate, but there's a lot of hate with a company like NIO that does battery swap, because a lot of people want to compare battery swap to charging, and charging's getting better, and why would you need battery swap? Okay, though people have, well, I don't want to be insulting. Sometimes people think very small, they can't see the forest for the trees because of their investment in Tesla or their investment in NIO or any other company. So they can't see the most practical business use case. Let me put it in a very layman's term about why a much more easily replaceable battery would be beneficial to any EV maker, including Tesla. Let's put aside battery swap, for example, okay? And let's focus on something called BaaS, battery as a service, capital B, small case A, capital S. Just like in the tech industry, we have platform as a service, we have software as a service, we have infrastructure as a service. NIO has invented something called battery as a service. So again, let's put aside the concept of battery swapping as it relates to is it faster than charging or better than charging? Let's focus on an easily replaceable battery. Okay. Let's use Tesla as an example with this, okay? Tesla's batteries are not easily replaceable. They're structurally integrated into the car, from what I know. Okay, so they're not easily replaceable by any means. Okay, if you buy a used Tesla for say $15,000, which you pretty much can now in the U.S., maybe even less. If you buy a used Tesla for 15 grand, and that battery, you buy it from the previous owner, and the battery goes out sometime after you have to buy a new battery. That's going to cost on the low end $10,000, on the high end $20,000. Could be a little bit more, a little bit less, but it's about $10,000 to $20,000. And I think about $15,000, $17,000 is probably close to an average that most people might agree about. Now, for those people that argue, well, Tesla's batteries will last for the lifetime of the car. Well, what is the lifetime of the car? You go Google it. I want to say it's 100,000 miles. It could be 200,000. I don't want to lie and say I know. I didn't look up that piece of information, but I know it's not over 200,000. I know that much. But so it's not for the life of the car. It's for however long Tesla will say that battery is good for. So you buy the used car, your battery goes out. It may not go out the first day. Maybe the previous owner had it for, I don't know, let's say previous owner had it for 5 years. Let's say you buy it and you intend to keep it forever, I don't know, for 10 years, for 20 years. Now there's some people that's going to argue and say, well, Tesla's batteries should be able to last for 20 years or something with no degradation, with the same level of performance. Absolutely not. Okay, so everybody pretty much agrees there's going to be some degradation. Okay, you can sit here all day and argue the level of degradation. There's going to be some degradation. Could be worse, could be less. But let me get back to why Tesla could have made money if they had made their batteries more easily replaceable. Okay, if Tesla made their batteries more easily replaceable, not even by the consumer, not even like NIO does battery swap where you could just drive in as a consumer and get a fresh battery. Forget about that for a second. Forget about buying swap infrastructure and building swap infrastructure for the consumer. Forget about that. Let's just say that Tesla's batteries were easily replaceable from a maintenance point of view, because we all know that dealerships like to make money. Okay. So I don't think there are Tesla dealerships, by the way, but I'm just saying, like, as far as their service centers, they make money. Okay. If the batteries were easily replaceable, me as a new owner of a used Tesla, if my battery goes bad, if my battery degrades to a point that I don't like it, or if I just want a fresh battery for peace of mind, I could have took that to a Tesla dealership, okay? They could replace a new battery for a fee, charge me for it, okay? Tesla even makes money from that, okay? From that fee, all right? They can put a new battery in it, all right? And then they can sign me up. Probably I'm not going to want to pay $15,000 for that new battery. I'd rather just rent that battery for $100 a month, $150 a month, okay? It's a used car, so I don't have a car payment. I'm not paying $1,000 a month like some Tesla people or other car owners, or $500 or whatever. So I can pay the 100 or 150. Now I've got a fresh battery. I've got a paid for car, assuming I paid cash for this used car, and I'm happy, okay? Tesla would be making money from renting batteries, okay? They battery as a service. Forget about swapping. I get it. You know, it's going to be too much money for them to build swap stations, and consumers won't adopt it. Hey, I agree. American consumers are different than people in China, and we can debate all day about the differences about Americans' driving habits and all this. But let's think about something. If I bought that used Tesla and that battery was easily changeable, I could take it back to a Tesla dealership for a fee. In the future, Tesla would make money. I'll pay them money. I will get a fresh battery, which means new technology. Suppose they come out with something new. Now I have that new battery in there. It's from Tesla. So all you Tesla lovers, Tesla's making money. Only they can swap it out. It's not like they had to build infrastructure for everybody else. They just had to build the infrastructure at their dealerships. They just had to make the battery more easily replaceable from jump and put the swap technology in the service center. Okay, who's not going to do that? Who's not going to buy a used Tesla and then go have the battery change for a fresh one because it's easily changeable? It's not integrated in with the car. And a lot of Tesla people will say, well, it's structural. It's structurally, it makes the car safer and better. It ain't that much structural. I mean, it ain't that much structural in the world. I'd rather have it easily changeable and me get a fresh battery, and then I'll pay the battery as a service. So that's how Tesla's losing money on battery as a service. They should have made their batteries more easily changeable. It did not have to be swappable from a consumer point of view, but from a dealership maintenance point of view, to be able to, even if a person wanted to buy a new battery, the dealerships can't easily put that battery in, to my knowledge. So everything points to why batteries in cars need to be more easily changeable. Okay, so I'm put aside the argument of battery swap versus charging and all this. No. Even here in America, batteries need to be easily changeable in a vehicle, which they're not. And when you get to NIO, all their cars' batteries are easily changeable, whether you swap it or not. Even if I never pay for battery as a service from NIO, I have a car where the battery is easily changeable. Should I have to get another one, a new one, you know, I'm sure NIO would sell me a new battery and then put me on battery as a service if I wanted to. So that's my argument, guys. Makes complete sense. Really, nobody can argue with it, but I know some people are going to argue with it, going to argue with that concept of just having an easily changeable battery. Forget about battery swap. Forget about building battery infrastructure. Forget about people using battery swap for a mechanism to recharge their car. Just look at it as a mechanism to replace the battery that's there should you need to do it, which most people that buy a used car would opt to do it. Peace.